let's use the Because I Care Hostess Level 1 set that Julie has. And we'll use the baked flour first. And we're going to ink it up in the Soft Sky stamping spot that I sent you. I'm using Bashful Blue because that's what I had on hand. Then take the Baja Breeze marker and color in the centers of the little blossoms. You can see the little holes if you look at an angle. Do that all over, and then you can add some on the edges too if you like. Just find the tiny little holes all over the surface of the flower and just gently color on them. Next, take your green marker. I think you have Handsome Hunter or Always Artichoke, and color the leaves gently with the side of the marker. Last, take your soft suede marker and color the stem. Stamp the image on your small, very vanilla cardstock. I always have to stand up when I stamp. You should have a nice variegated color there. Then I went back with the soft suede fine tip and just traced over where the branch extended into the leaves. I thought it gave it a nice touch. Take your two-way glue and go over the areas where you used the darker blue ink all over your flower, and then add some glitter to it. I do mine over a dish so I can just dump it back into the dish. Next, ink up your Baja Breeze sponge using the side of the brush tip of your Baja Breeze marker so you can sponge the edges. Usually I would ink it up on an ink pad, but I don't think that you guys have a Baja Breeze ink pad there. You'll probably have to re-ink the sponge after you do each side, and just be gentle with the marker. After you ink up all four sides, you're going to want to stamp the words "Thank You" on the bottom in chocolate chip ink. I'm using my Stamp-A-Majig and my image sheet. You have this set in Clearmount, so it should be easier for you to place it without using the Stamp-A-Majig. But I cannot live without my Stamp-A-Majig, especially for my wood mount images. You just stamp the image on the image sheet first, and then replace your Stamp-A-Majig on your paper, and slide it down, and it puts it in the exact same spot. Next, put some snail adhesive on the back of your Very Vanilla satin ribbon, just on the last maybe inch or so on each end, and then wrap it around the bottom of your Elegant Soiree Designer Series paper. You can just put some more snail on the back of that paper and attach it to your card front. I like to go over the ribbon a little bit just to make sure it sticks well. The card base is made from a 5.5 inch by 8.5 inch piece of Baja Breeze cardstock scored at 4 1/4. I added 4 dimensionals to the back of my small vanilla piece, and there should be enough for each of you to use 4 as well. Just remove the backings, and then you're going to place it in the lower left corner of your card front. Now, usually I would use some Tombow multi glue, it's in the green bottle, to add this vintage flower, but I wasn't sure if you guys had any, so I sent glue dots, which also work just fine. So add a couple glue dots to the back of your little vintage flower there. There should be enough for you to each use 2. And then just set that on top of your vanilla satin ribbon. And those come in Baja Breeze, Rose Red, and Very Vanilla. Here's a trick for the rhinestones. Take some very sharp pointed scissors and cut through the line of adhesive that's holding them on. And you're going to want to cut off a group of 3, and then use the tip of those scissors to pick them up, to lift them up off the sheet and help you place them on your card front. And I added them to the upper right corner just in a line. Last thing we're going to do is stamp up the inside of your card. So I just used that line of flowers that comes in the Because I Care stamp set, inked it up in chocolate chip and stamped it on the bottom. And then I used the Baja Breeze brush end of the marker to ink up the teeny flower that comes in that set as well. And I hope you like this thank you card.